Hello and welcome to the Sweat of the Farmer and the Game Design, where we spread that churn out solar spice butter on our toast. Yeah, delicious. This is episode number 42. I hit all the things, all of them. I am the long name game as the Sweaty.
And I am Lucho the Farmer. Thank you for joining us on this episode. This week we look for a group to cap the AoE damage of the Hellmith.
Is what? Is it gonna like cap the leaking area?
Everything.
Oh my god. So, before we begin on a deep dive, we have our little disclaimer as usual. Remember that every discussion that we have here is based on our own in-game experience, that what we observe, we feel through the ages, what the senses tell us, what a tingling sensation behind the neck point us to in all the games and all the discussions that we have here. So hopefully you enjoy our particular point of view. Yeah, that's our disclaimer. So in the docket we have looking for group in Destiny 2, should exist. AoE capping in World of Warcraft. Did the community just like oversleep on this? And is the Hellmith in the room in the Warframe new expansion the endgame that Warframe deserves? So, Destiny needs a looking for group inside the game. Absolutely, yeah, agree. Yeah, we can move on.
Yes,
yeah,
there are arguments to be made. So this comes from a video that
from the
the name of the guy,
Aztec Cross. Aztec Cross.
Okay, one look at a big Destiny 2 content creator.
Yes.
And he has some ideas.
Yeah.
So the first thing is, have you used the LFG that Bungie has on their app/website?
Do they have an LFG on his apps?
They do. If you go to Bungie.net.
Let's do it right. Bungie.net.
You have to sing in, so be careful with your credentials.
Yes. Of course.
I'm just warning you.
Okay.
All
right. Steam. Yeah, I want to sing in on Steam. Yeah. All right, sing in. Yes. We're doing it live, folks. We're doing it live. We're going through the experiment of see what is this thing. All right. Yeah. I need my authentication. Steam. Why is not turning on? Steam guard. There he is. All right. I mean, now where do I go? Bungie.net, and now where do I go?
So in the community tab, there is a thing that says find fireteam.
Oh, groups? No, I see news. My clan search. Find fireteam. Yeah, I saw it.
So click it.
Apparently I have 2 notifications for some reason. All right, find fireteam.
And it will show you
all activities, platforms. So how this connect with the game? Oh my god! All right, let's see.
Okay, so first of all, here you have all platforms.
Yeah. Let's put a Steam.
Okay.
All right, Pyramidon. Let's see if I want to do the raid. Let's see raid. Okay, Divinity Run.
There are a bunch of posts.
All right. Yes. So how do you get from this to make it a grouping game? That's my question.
So you click in one of those.
All right. Let's see. Last wish.
And there should be a little button that says join team or something like that. Cool.
So you click that, and then what happens?
Then what happens is nothing. What happens is that they make up. What happens is that now it will show you the Steam ID of the fireteam leader that created the post.
Okay. And
The stupid part, or one of the stupid parts, if the Steam ID is like a 20, is like a
a
digit,
big
a
string.
number thing,
Yeah.
like a string of like 20 numbers.
Okay. And what do I do with that?
You have to on text chat in Destiny.
Yeah.
You have to type /join followed by that stupid number.
Okay. All right.
And then you may or may not be able to join that person because that person may be
already in
activity. It could be on a full instance. It could be in the full, like in a tower, but the tower is full.
Yeah. Oh my god!
And sometimes these posts are all and for example, if someone who's already in the fire team leaves, that post is one of the ones that is going to appear at the top because it got updated. So it's not that the post is one like
is newest.
Is that it becomes the newest? But if you think about it, it's not the newest because it was recently posted.
Yeah.
But it's because it recently changed.
Oh my god!
You see how?
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's fucked up. Because the reason that Julian told me to use, like, if I need a group, was to just go to the Discord and to the official Bungie Discord and look for group, and that's it. Like, post in the channel and that's easier.
But to be completely fair, Bungie has its own Destiny 2 television.
Wow. It's terrible, Curly. It's terribly.
Awful. Like,
yeah.
It makes and let's say, okay, maybe the experience on the website is not good. Let's say that you have the
Steam, the Discord one.
No, the
application.
The cell phone app.
The cell phone
application, which is something reasonable. A lot of people have. All of you have smartphones.
Do you have phones? As quoted.
So you go there, and it's basically the same thing, but now it's even more stupid. Because
oh my god,
okay, it's the same Steam login, the same thing, and it will still show you the Steam ID. But you cannot copy paste between your phone.
Oh my god!
And your computer.
You gotta like actually like type it in.
Type it.
Oh Jesus! Okay.
and like in the phone, it even has an option that is to message the leader.
Yeah.
But the message appears on the phone. It's not because if the message was the message like in-game chat message, then you could like click on the name of the person and it opened like the invite thingy, like invite person or ask to join or something like that.
Yes.
But no, it is a message on the phone.
Jesus Christ!
So it's completely useless.
All right, I have a quote there. Well, in this, to start with, yes, Destiny needs a looking for group.
Yes, that's
in game because they're aiming to no longer be a super casual adventure FPS, but they're aiming to be an actual MMO RPG, right? And like 95% of MMO RPGs have like an in-game looking for group post service.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
you want to put it that way? Yes.
Yes. So they actually need that. Now, I have a second thing here, which is why not make certain things matchmake is the next thing, right? As they do for like 80% of the content. And there is a reason for that, right? The reason is like in matchmaking, you are not expecting to be coordinated, but in looking for group, you expect to be at least knowledgeable about what you're doing. And that requires a level of coordinate, a base level of coordination.
Not only that, but like in LFG, if you are the person putting the group together, you can ask for whatever you want.
Correct.
So let's say you want to do a 1080 Nightfall.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 1080.
You can ask. You can require. All of you must have the mods for
or must
dealing with the
have
champion.
this and this gun, or must have this.
These
things.
specific build.
Yeah.
You can ask for Titan Bolt or
whatever
the fuck you want.
You can even get elitist and ask for like achievements and that sort of stuff.
There are people who ask for raids actually. Like if you look to monster raids, sometimes there are some pop out that has like 10 plus clears or something like that.
Like that you already done it, I imagine. Yeah. So yeah, I think it definitely it definitely needs it. It definitely needs it, and I think the game will be better for it. Like one of the reasons why we stopped to playing Destiny in Shadowkeep. One of the reasons, because there is plenty, is because the looking for group system was kind of a pain in the ass, and we wanted to engage with the end game of the game. And the end game of the game requires you to have a group to do all of the things in the end game.
I agree.
Like it's undeniable. Right now we're happy people because we now have a group of friends who are constantly playing, and we are able to have like a group running if we need it.
You are trying to have a group running. Let's see how long it lasts.
Yes, I know. I know. But at least we can do like the dungeons and that sort of stuff. The thing that needs 3 men people, at least we can do it.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But the thing is like that stop you because, for example, me as a WoW player, I have fucking problems with the wait times in World of Warcraft. But that's a different thing. But
that is on you.
Yes, that is on me. I hate waiting forever to do a thing in the game. And anyways. So, but the system is there, and it's helped me to do things that I want to do. Like I wanted to every week run Eternal Policy Mythic for a specific trinket, and I'd be able to do it every week. Right? Yes, it take me a little bit more time. Some other weeks, yes, some weeks the groups are fucking trash, but I'm able to do it. Yeah,
that is the park life.
Yes, I'm able to do it in a easy way without going to a third-party site, without like scaring in Discord,
without jumping stupid hoops.
Yes, exactly my point. Without like jumping, and like you already have to wait and pray to get a decent group when you are looking for group in randoms. And if you add on top of that you have to like jump through stupid hoops and type out string lines and like
it's so dumb. Like,
and not be sure that the actual group exists, or they really are in the listed or whatever else on top of that.
No, like okay, and let's say that that is not even the problem. So you join a fire team, you don't know for how long that will fire. Like it could be that the person is not logging in anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
And you try to join, and it's you cannot join this person.
Oh my god.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense. So yeah, definitely. How do you do it? How do you put did you put like a screen on the? I think I'll probably put it like a screen. I'll probably put like a screen in the actual like in the season's quest app. Like I'll put like looking for group screen LFG or something like that, right?
Is the WoW approach. I have no problem with that. Just put a menu somewhere.
Yeah, put a menu somewhere, and that's it. And you and post the stuff, and like you get refresh, and you can delete the group. Like it's already been done.
Yeah, but the small things like once you click join fire team, it's just that it should be like wow. You click join fire team, then the team leader gets a notification. Oh, these persons are fine.
Yeah, wants to join you. Yeah.
And that the group leader says this and this one join. Yes, and they join automatically. Like it's not like you created a group in a place that is nowhere, you know?
Yeah, correct.
They automatically join, and then you go and launch activity or do whatever you want.
Yeah, clearly, yeah. And then there is in like how long has been LFG in WoW?
Oh, I think that came around the Rat time. The Rat of the Lich King time.
Jesus. So kind of like around 10 years. around 10, 11 years.
No, it's been there for like.
Yeah. So it's not like you are inventing quantum mechanics, man.
No. Any big MMO has it.
Yeah,
Final
has
Fantasy
a post. In different shapes of form. They put it like as post, they put it as blah blah blah, but it's still the same thing. Yeah.
The different flavors, the same rice.
Correct. But definitely Destiny needs that tool. And like, of course, there's technical things that they have to get around. Like, if you are a group leader, for example, you always have to be in orbit to have your group listed, for example, to avoid the tower filling or whatever else.
That is one option.
Yeah.
They can probably like. They can probably migrate instances on the fly. That's probably not that hard.
Yeah.
But sure, if you want to restrict it that you have to be in orbit. So
yeah, it's the easiest thing. It's the easiest thing. So you don't have the instance problems or whatever, the shade or whatever. Right?
Yeah, sure.
It's the easiest thing. And that's it. It's super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Okay, I will see one problem with the LFG only working on orbit is that people like to do stuff while they wait for the groups to fill.
Oh, yeah.
So, for example, being in the tower would be really convenient and will make the tool more useful because you put a group together, let's say for a raid, you're going to need 5 more people, for example.
Yeah.
It may take a while to fill.
So make it
still to stuff like.
So make it like a list. So not because that's one thing. That's one thing about WoW, which is like if you are waiting for a queue to fill and you go questing, sometimes there's some quests that they don't advance if you are in certain instances of grouping.
No, but that's simply just because if you're in a raid group, you don't get any progress for any quest that is not raid related.
Yeah, I know.
And that's all.
Yeah. But it could it could be better. Like it could be like just a list of waiting till the group is full and then you form it, and then you go into orbit and then you fill it up, right?
It could be, but like, but even in the case that you're for like I think being able to stay on an instant that has all the amenities is useful. Yes, it is the Monster Hunter problem.
Correct. Yes. It's the Monster Hunter problem. Yes.
Or with the Monster Hunter problem with the player gathering thingy.
Yeah.
It is convenient and it will make things more useful and usable if, let's say, you're 4 out of 6 and everyone can be in a place where all the amenities are. Correct. You have access to a ball, you have access to all the vendors and stuff, engrams, whatever.
That would probably mean that they will have to like kind of modify how the tower works in that instance in particular, but
probably.
Yeah.
But it will be useful. Like it just those are sometimes the quality of life things that makes a tool more useful.
Yeah. And yes, and I think and I think this system will attract more players to the game, definitely, and will keep more players into the game because I think we'll
keep more players who will access more easily some of the more challenging and interesting activities of the game.
Correct, and it will be so much easier for like in the example of us, and I will put the example of us when a group disappear, when the people interested in disappear in Shadowkeep, I wanted to keep playing Destiny. But because it was a hassle to find groups to do endgame stuff, I didn't. And if I had a tool like this, I probably will keep playing Destiny all that time because I had my right now I have my goals and my goals are achievable because I have a group of people which I can call upon to do certain stuff in game. But if that disappeared, then I'll be back and not playing Destiny.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's bad for a game. You cannot depend that a group. That's why guilds exist. That's why other social constructs exist. But this tool is necessary because sometimes things don't work out and you need randoms to play with. You know what I mean?
I mean, it is like if you can give the option, why don't?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Is it a better experience to play with friends and with people that
Of
you know
course.
and like?
Of course, in any game is yeah.
But sometimes not everyone it is all in the same week and
correct.
And real life things happen and you want to do a thing that week and you just put together a group of random people.
Yeah. Fine. That is fine. I think definitely like testing will be.
It would benefit a lot.
100% more serve about it. Like absolutely. They need a live G group. Anything else of note, Lucho, before we move on?
I don't think so. I hope they put it.
Yes. I hope they put it. And then the video was cool, by the way. We will leave it in the description.
Yeah, it was an interesting take. Yeah. He has some different ideas than us, but it is worth exploring.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for our next topic is AoE capping in Shadowlands. It is bad, it is good, it is controversy. It is there from like alpha, and nobody was paying too much attention to it because Torghast.
I think that was... I mean, I want to believe that people were willing to give it a try.
Yeah.
But I'm not... I don't know if they just miss it because there were more exciting things at hand.
So my first question...
Blizzard was smart and they just slide it behind the...
It was like... Shh. just let it in.
Yep.
So my first question is this. Why are they doing this? What is the necessity of capping AoE? Is there anything in AoE that is breaking the game radically?
I mean, not breaking the game, but...
Because yesterday I asked you guys, like it was yesterday? So on Thursdays I asked you guys like if this was because of server lag, because that's what happened in Diablo 3. Like the reason why they like cap a lot of AoE effects in Diablo 3 is because the server lag decrease of the amount of calculations that it has to do.
Yeah.
Is this because of that? No. You tell me no. Then I ask you, then why? If that's not the reason, then why?
It's basically because they want like... They want to make pools more meaningful, especially in dungeons.
Okay.
I don't know if you have seen, like you have seen runs of MDI.
Yes.
Sometimes they just pull everything and AoE for millions of damage.
Yes, in a spot, in like a door.
The knights are broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing that they are.
So they try.
They don't like that behavior.
Yeah. Okay. So they're trying to balance a problem in Mythic Plus with this change.
Yeah, but it's basically, if you want to put it that way. But to be fair, Mythic Plus is a huge part of the game nowadays.
Yes, correct. That's absolutely correct.
It is not like a niche activity. It's
not anymore. Yeah.
Mythic Plus is one of the main components of the game now.
Yes.
So yeah.
So that's why they're doing it.
It's just because they don't like. Also, it benefits a lot those big AoE classes.
Yeah.
And it drove out of the meta like a lot of classes that don't have a strong
big
AoE. So that's why you see that the meta in Mythic Plus is
hunters and
it's hunters, death knights, warriors, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Because they have really, really strong AoE damage.
Yeah.
Like in the MDI, you have one death knight.
Yeah.
It will just disappear dozens of packs of mobs at once. Like just nuke them down with this.
Nuke them down with it.
It was stupid. It was very stupid.
All right. So, do you agree or not agree with this change? And is in the second question of this is is it gonna feel radically different as how we play right now?
It may not feel different for us, probably because we don't have the skill to feel the difference.
Okay.
We're not at that skill level. Like for example, is it a player who's pushing by this point plus 30 keys in Mythic Plus gonna feel the change? Yes.
Jesus.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Am I gonna feel it? I don't think so. I don't think I have the skill.
Okay.
Yeah,
because you say you name warrior, and me as a warrior player, like in the majority of the content that I do, I don't worry that much for AoE. I'm worried more for like doing correct damage to a single target. Even if I have the ability to like some rearranging of my talents to just do a bunch of AoE damage.
It's not only about just arranging your talents, it's about positioning yourself. It's like there are a lot of things that go in the mind of a top warrior player on how they do play their class.
Okay.
And the same thing for a hunter player and things that I have never thought about. I try to not mess up my rotation and press the keys when I have to, so that I'm keeping all my buffs as much as possible.
All right. So
a top player has that more, can do that more naturally, and they can think of the nuance of where am I standing, which mobs am I attacking, so that my AoE or my pet cliff is the most efficient.
Yeah.
Is that kind of thing that probably, for my skill level personally, I'm not gonna feel it. Is it gonna change then how the numbers look? Yes. No, it's like for example that in Nyalora that mini wall that has a bunch of enemies around. Just when after you finish the
entrance to the entrance. Thing. Yeah.
After the 3 initial bosses.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a mini wall that has a lot of ads.
Yeah.
And you see that some of us, or me, or Seal,
yeah, we do ridiculous damage.
I saw Seal one pushing like 700k DPS.
Yeah, like what?
It's like, sure, like are those numbers gonna change? Absolutely.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're not hitting that many things at the same time, so your DPS won't inflate.
Is it gonna make pulses lower? Yes. Absolutely.
But the thing is, like, if that is like, so how do you feel? To many of the thing, how do you feel about this change? And then I'm gonna say my piece.
I feel like it's coming from a good place.
Yeah.
In the sense that they're trying to dial down the classes that are really good at AoE.
Yes.
And bring up a little bit more into the meta the classes that are maybe not as good, but have some more interesting utility.
All right.
Case in place. Why don't you see that many Shadow Priest?
Oh yeah. Apparently, like they're kind of bad.
They're kind of bad, but they have their utility.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's that kind of, like, for example, why Beastmaster is so prevalent in the Hunter class.
Yeah,
they have insane utility, and the AoE that they bring is good, and it's easier to play than Marksman and Survival. So
yeah,
you may dial it down on the amount of DPS that they can pull, and that can help bring some of the other specs in some classes a little bit more. So I feel like in that sense, could be useful. Yeah. Is it affecting some classes more than others? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it hitting warriors super hard? Yes, it is. I mean, it is.
So I think that the argument here, like, well, several things. I think I see the intention. right? I see where the intention of this change comes from. It's like you want to feel your mobs, you want to feel like the pulls be more significance, your mob feel more dangerous. You want to encourage more planning to what you're doing, not just like blindly go there and like swirl them around and like focus on one target and then everything else dies around it. And I see that that's the intention. But in the same regard, I think the design of the activities then it has to change to serve that intention, right? You know what I mean? Like if that's the intention, then your mobs must be placed and made for that in mind, that you are not going to click that much. Then the mobs should be like not that plenty. Because the one thing that you're going to lose is that player power fantasy when you are just like a god and you're destroying a bunch of things at the same time. And like you're an unstoppable force of nature and that sort of stuff.
I don't think that matters at all. I'm going to put it out.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
I don't think the player fantasy is a thing that matters at all in this case.
It does matter to some people. Like, it does matter to some people. So...
I don't think so, but okay.
So...
It may matter to some people, but it's definitely not what is at stake here.
So my point is, like, if you're going to change that, then you have to change the mob placement encounters or design. Like, then in the next raid, we won't have a room like that one in Nyalot.
I don't see a problem with that, to be honest. That's what
but
you
will get like
times.
you will get unreasonable kill in that in
may not like
imagine if you engage that as a group, right? So your group is like killing a portion of the enemies, but the other enemies are receiving 0 damage because of the AoE cap. Yeah. Those are enemies that are receiving 0 damage because of the AoE cap are gonna kill you for sure. And you're gonna feel like what?
Not for sure. I mean, that tanks have a lot of tools to survive. That's where
you
have a lot of
players. Like, it's absolutely going to feel like insanely more dangerous and unfair because you're not.
It is going to feel more dangerous, and that's the point.
But the question is it going to feel unfair or unfun?
How do you find that?
Like that you're not hitting things, so you're dying for no reason. Or
you are hitting things.
Or like if you're dying for no reason, or you don't understand quite what you did wrong. In the sense, like you're gonna see a bunch of enemies getting, some of the enemies getting the hell down, and some other enemies which are still around you and close to you not getting the hell down.
It makes CC more important.
I don't know. I think it has to be hand in hand with like some design corrections.
I think you have the mentality of the current player that they just want to go and mow down everything, and they don't want to use the rest of the tools.
I like to go and mow down stuff. Who doesn't like to go and mow down stuff? No, who doesn't not enjoy those big pools and like disappear?
It means that but that took you to a place where you don't know most of your kids.
Took me to a place where I don't know most of my kit.
Like for the longest time, you didn't know some of your stunts and your CC.
That is correct, but the reason why I went to know that is because I went to PvP. No, not only that, and I need not only that, but I needed to crowd control some stuff. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you got me. You got me, Lucho. You got me.
And I'm pretty sure that's the mentality of a lot of players. They don't want to think about their kids more. They just want to go and cliff everything, and everything dies.
Yeah, because that's fun and nice and easy.
It's be careful. It's easy.
Yeah, it's easy.
It may not be fun. Because sometimes it's more fun to think like, you say, okay, these mobs need to ECC. You assign these people to ECC these mobs while we down these other ones.
Yeah. I see it.
And then more parts of your toolkit become interesting to you.
Yeah.
You kind of jump like a crazy man into 20 enemies.
Yes, that's always a bad decision.
I mean, it should be dangerous. Like,
so you think it's gonna be fine?
Well, I think most people are really not gonna feel the effect. I like the.
So again, it's like it's one of those changes that only the the top is gonna feel.
Probably. Are they gonna be like instances where everyone is gonna feel it? Like if we have another place in the raid that has
that big pool, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Does it mean that we're gonna have to be more careful with it? Sure. Does that mean that you're gonna need to learn better to focus on dangerous target? Of course.
Okay.
Things, for example, let's say that you pull in Nilot again. You pull the packs that have the healers and the casters and the guys that stun you.
Yes.
Right now, you just mow down everything, and for example, the casters die. Like, there's not even a question because we have so much AOE damage, and in general, casters have such low amounts of health that they don't matter at all.
Yeah, they just like die by splash damage. Yeah.
You focus the healers. The casters are gonna die just because of the AOE, and then you live with a couple of big guys that stun
you. Yeah.
But if you let the casters cast a lot,
they're
gonna destroy you.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, that is true.
That's gonna make those pulls more interesting. Like, like now probably you need to think more about your tool. Like, okay, now we have to focus the casters. We still have to keep interrupted the healers.
Yeah.
So now everyone has and I mean I don't. For example, I have run a lot of pugs.
Yeah.
Usually, you like and for example, one of the hardest encounter to pug is the second boss in Shrine of the Storm.
Second boss, is that
the woman that casts some tornadoes?
And the couple, the two dudes.
Yep.
Yeah, the two things. Yeah. Why?
That one is because it requires people to coordinate the interrupts on the woman.
Okay.
If you don't do it, you gain a lot of stacks of something.
Yeah.
That give you a huge debuff and anything can kill you at that point.
Oh.
So you have to stagger and you have to assign interrupt orders based on basically how often the interrupts come to that specific group.
Okay, I see it. Yeah, I see it.
And then sometimes you see like then you like and there is there is like just right after the first boss in that dungeon.
Yeah.
There is like a mini boss that has the same spells that boss. And then you see there are people that are not using their interrupt. And how do I say it? Because I have a Wikara that keep tracks of all the interrupt.
Okay.
And you know, all the 3 DPSs and the tank always have an interrupt.
Okay.
Always. All the DPS specs, all the tank specs have an interrupt.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
always.
Interesting.
They always do.
Yeah, I know that I have an interrupt in a 30 seconds cooldown.
It may have different flavors, different things, but it is essentially an interrupt.
Okay.
So any group right now engine has 4 interrupts at its disposal, and from time to time, you find people who are never using their interrupt at all.
Yeah, I used to never use, and I still don't use that much, like my crowd control as a warrior, which is a combination between slows. I actually have like slows in my kit. I have screams that slows 50% of like the mobs and that sort of stuff.
Most classes have some form of soft CC.
Yeah, and then I have a fear, which helps me to super crowd control and uninterruptible stuff, which I almost never use. I never used till like recently, and I've been playing like for how long?
I know that's
yeah.
Like if this change helps people
think more about the specs,
think more carefully about the tools that they have.
Yeah.
I'll say that is a net win for the game.
I see.
Yes, you won't be able to jump into a pack of 30 enemies and
mow them down.
Yes. But if that means that people are going to learn that, I have stuns and I have slows and the mobs are more dangerous, so you have to use those as defensive tools.
Yeah.
Because that's in principle, that's one of the reasons why they exist.
Now that I think about it, I kind of like it in the sense that if they're going to teach the player base to know their kids better, we might have more tanks and healers. Because that's one of the big reasons why people don't play that much tanks and healers, because their kids, because you have to use every part of their kits.
Yes.
And if you DPS,
a lot of DPSs are not used to it.
Correct. Yes. Absolutely correct. Yes.
I know.
Yes. And then
that's what I'm saying, that I feel that it comes from a good place.
Yeah.
Is it like a strong capping it the solution? Maybe not. Like some people saying, okay, don't strong cap it, but like really reduce the damage that it does after 5 enemies.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking like not a strong cap it, but more of a...
Sure. If as long as it keeps the same,
it will be like
goal at hand.
Yeah, it will be
for the sake of I'm hitting everything and it feels good to see all the numbers.
Yeah.
Even if the numbers are super small.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fine. But I feel like it's more important especially to make things feel more dangerous, because sometimes they don't.
Yeah. What do you think about this in like all content?
No, that all content doesn't matter.
Like it will take you a little bit longer to like go through all content, because you kind of like delete everything that you touch.
Not really. In all content, things die so fast that it doesn't really matter.
Oh, fair enough. All right. Yeah, that was my question. Yeah, that was my concern.
No. All content, you one shot everything, so it really doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
You may have to press the key 1 or 2 more times, but that's gonna take milliseconds more to.
Like now that we talk about it, like I find it like in that sense like a much more interesting.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. That in my head, the power fantasy is not that important.
Yeah. Now I see what it comes, but definitely, like I think definitely they will. I would prefer the idea of like you still are hitting stuff, but not with. Maybe that's more complex to actually implement than just hard capping it. Hard capping is easy. And like apparently Blizzard is all up for easy solutions. After we,
I mean, not only that, but like usually the best solution is the easy solution.
Maybe that is part of it. But like I'm referring to, for example, the weekly reset on the like we discussed through last week, the weekly reset on the modified of the soulbinds. That was the easiest solution. They just took that. Like I referred to that. Maybe this is clearly the easy solution, because you just like cap it on the code and done. You're done.
But like also probably sometimes in terms of like over designing things is a problem. And
okay.
Like in like a lot of the elegant design, like the most elegant designs are just simple things.
Yeah, but I think yes, but I think I feel me as a game designer, I see this as the easy solution, and if I was in the shoes of whoever is doing this, I'll probably strongly put this on. In terms of management and design. But I feel like the more elegant solution will be to like reduce damage on the area, right? I feel because it will make you feel like you're actually like physically hitting things because you're watching it. Like is think about feedback, or visual feedback. Like, because I'm putting the example of like you get surrounded by mobs and you do a windmill, for example, like a circle of damage. Or you put something on the floor.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And my answer to that is sometimes playing WoW is so noisy.
I know. But you gotta notice.
I'm sure that I'm hitting those 10 enemies. Are you?
No, but you're sometimes gonna notice it, right? When you like, if you're alone
sometimes.
doing some content alone, and then you go into a big mob, and then you're gonna drop something on the floor, and you're not gonna see some numbers, and you're like, what is happening? Do I'm not hitting it, but I see it on the floor, right? That's what I'm referring to, right?
I know, but honestly, that's probably the least amount of time that you spend in the game. Isn't that clean scenario?
Fair enough, yeah. We'll have like a lot of noise and bullshit everywhere.
Yeah, so
between other people's things and enemies' things and your things.
Yeah, so
yeah, unless you're actually like killing, like doing single target damage, you notice things. But in this case, you won't notice things because you're just hitting one thing.
Sure, but I don't know. It's so rare the instance where you have a 100% clean scenario where you can see clearly all the things that you're hitting and you're not, and what is in range, which is also a thing. Like sometimes it's hard to tell what is in range of your attacks or not.
For the range player, yeah.
I'm for melee players, like.
Yeah. You generally like smash the key till it fires.
Exactly. So.
Yeah. Maybe it's not. Maybe
that for the most part, you won't see it.
Maybe it's not such a big thing. Maybe people is just like. There's I heard that they were like absolutely destroying DKs somewhere. Like I hate that this change.
That's what I'm saying. It may hit some classes super hard.
That like they should rework the DK like in case, because they're apparently like apply a lot of AoE or something like that. I don't understand. Like I don't play DK and I haven't even checked out the class or anything, so I don't know how they work. But apparently like the 85% of the kit relies on AoE things, applying things to things.
Yeah, that's
and the resistances depends of how many things you apply to things, apparently.
Yeah, but it's one of these things that it is, in my opinion, like a long-term goal. I feel like this AoE capping will benefit more the game. It's gonna hit a class in a specifically harder than others.
Yeah.
ADK is probably gonna be in a place for a while.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And if you play ADK, it's gonna suck. For sure. It's gonna feel bad. Because your class is gonna be trash, probably.
But that could be like that could be balanced out, right?
Yeah, and they will eventually come around to it. Yeah. Is it gonna be in 1 week? No.
But then my argument goes to like Blizzard. If they did know that they're gonna do this change, why didn't they correct that in the whole, like, because they're
it's probably not that easy. Balancing classes is not easy.
No, but I mean they're in the works of like rebalancing and redoing a bunch of classes. Why didn't they do like that?
No, yes and no. They're in the. I don't think pre-patch is a place to rebalance a class, because what they are trying to do right now is find a balance in between the classes and all the covenant stuff.
Oh, all right, yeah.
The conduits. That's the thing that they're trying to figure out.
Oh,
and as long as that is in a decent enough place,
everything will be fine.
Then everything is going to be more or less fine, and then they can turn around and say, okay, now there are these classes that we need to do something about.
No, fair enough.
But they first need to figure out, like, they first need to figure out the things that are going to make the expansion work or not.
Correct.
And then Covenant, it is Soulbinds and all this. Jeez.
Yeah. Apparently,
and they have to figure out for all the classes, all the spells.
Yeah. Talking about this, apparently the last controversy on the beta is that they kind of did Torghast too easy. Or like they doing it Torghast too easy because of a vendor power in some floors I heard about. And like they're not letting you run all the floors or something like that. There were like complaints about Torghast because it's kind of losing the identity because they're making it too casual and there is no loose condition. And that worries me. Like the fact that there is no loose condition in Torghast, the fact that if they don't put a loose condition in Torghast is not that interesting. That's why I still find interesting visions. Like it's dangerous to go in there, and like you need preparation because you can like
you can mess it up.
Yeah, exactly. So
I agree with you, and that's what I'm saying. That sometimes people don't know what they want, and they say, "Oh, just free Torgas and let people do whatever they want and run it forever."
Yeah,
kind of no.
No, you need a lose condition, Blizzard. You definitely need a lose condition. Yeah.
Either call it a timer,
I think
an objective, whatever.
I think they are now in the beta leaning on too much to just make it like super easy and let people run around. Like they have to back it up.
But that's what people wanted.
Yeah. Yeah. Now they're saying that no. It's supposed to be a roguelike experience. Don't do it. Don't make it that easy. But I didn't hear that they should like make Torghast easy. Like I didn't hear that in any place.
No, but like no, of course not.
The feedback was we want to go there and do it for a long time. Like, let us run it endlessly. Yeah.
Do it whenever, run it for however long as we want.
Yeah.
One of the pieces of Torghast is that you will be gaining these power-ups as you clear floors, as you clear mini bosses and stuff.
Correct. Yeah.
So the more you run it, the easier it gets, which doesn't make sense. And that's something that some people bring to the table.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why that's why it didn't make sense for people to say, "Oh, just let us do it however for how long we want."
Yeah.
That's the thing that it's people.
It's difficult.
People don't know what they want.
Yeah, it's difficult, and they have to get Torghast very good because is the activity that's gonna kind of carry the expansion.
It is a central part of the expansion. So
anyway, but in the AoE, I think now that Lucho puts it as he puts it, because I did had questions about why they were doing it and what was the intention, because I didn't see it like straight away. It was like they're gonna cap. I guess that they're doing like when they announced it back in the alpha, I thought it was like they have problem with lag, like with Diablo. That's what I assume, because in Diablo happened exactly like that. It's like, we have too many computations in the servers, and they're dragging Diablo 2 to the ground, Diablo 3 to the ground. We're just gonna cap AoE and we're done with it. But now that you put it like that, I absolutely agree. I think it's a smarter design, and maybe it's not. I still feel that it needs some adjusting in terms of design mobs, especially in Mythic Plus, like, because if that's gonna be the challenge in Mythic Plus,
I really don't think so.
I think a little bit. Like I don't mean like super radically, like not make like a lot of mobs in Mythic Plus. No. I mean like a little bit of how many mobs and where do you place it, like, because it's gonna give you interesting decisions to take in.
No, but that's the point. It has to feel dangerous. So let's say that you throw a room with a lot of mobs.
Like let's say for example, the Temple of Cetralis, the room with the eyes.
Yeah.
Managing that without AoE is gonna be super difficult.
Yeah, but for example, those don't hit hard at all. Not the tank.
Yeah. But I mean, accumulated damage when you're running it like super.
For example, is designed for the tank to kite the mobs around.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And now we're just killing the mobs because we don't care, right? We just like casual AoE damage.
Yeah, but like that room is designed for the tank to kite. There are only some relevant mobs, which are the Orb Guardians.
Yeah.
You're supposed to kill those.
Yes.
The other ones, they don't hit that hard. Well, your tank can handle them, and a healer should be on the tank. And that's it. And since they have all the aggro, since the tank should have all the aggro in that room, the DPS shouldn't need any healing.
Yeah.
Because there are no sources of damage, really.
Yeah, true.
The DPS should be focused on playing the eyeball game. And that's it. That's all.
No, fair enough. I see where you're coming. I think you convince me, Lucho.
Like, for example, rooms like the beginning of Motherload, which is it is a big room that has a lot of mobs.
Yeah.
You don't like the mobs. How it works is that the mobs are groups in little packs.
Yeah, correct.
So
correct.
if you pull one person on the pack, the whole mob is gonna run around. But usually those packs are not more than 5 or 6 enemies at a time.
Yeah. So are we gonna suffer in pucks when people don't know how to pull and like everything goes to?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Is it any different than it is right now? Is my next question.
I don't think it's gonna be any worse. Like if people don't know how to pull, they won't know how to pull. And when you're running high enough keys, right now you feel the difference, and like a tank knowing which mobs to pull, when to line of sight some of the pulls, and when not to.
Yeah.
Like when you're running POG 16s or 15 keys, unless you're super overgeared for that, which is rare.
Yeah.
No matter how much AoE DPS you have, you're gonna mow everything equally at the same time.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And for example, it is like the AoE cap is something that works in favor of some of the undead affixes, for example.
No. Okay.
Like sanguine and bursting and that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because those affixes are designed for that kind of thing, to make pools smaller and
like
being
be
AoE
careful.
minded.
Yeah, be careful and not AoE everything, and like if not, you will die instantly.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe they can like maybe that affixes can be changed for more interesting things. We already have like the threat of big pools.
Oh, they don't have to change. It just we already have things in place that make everything that make pools mined.
Yeah.
So bringing that to a more prominent place in the whole game, I don't think is a bad decision.
Fair enough. I'll agree. I'll agree with that. Yeah, you convinced me, Lucho. Definitely, it's not a bad change, and people are gonna blow it up, and people are gonna complain, and we're gonna make a shirt about it. Yeah, I think you convinced me. I think it's fine.
Did I convince you that it might not be the end of the world?
You made me think about it. So I assume, I told you, I assumed that it was one thing, but really it wasn't. So.
No, it's not. Like, dude, it takes a lot to really like the instances.
Well, I've seen like my WoW running in like 2 frames per second.
Me too, but that has been in a lot, like in Nazjatar.
Doing
PvP in the groups of like 40 or 50 people.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a lot. That's and like 40 or 50, like 40 alliance and like 40 horde, and
that's unholy amount of like server load. Yeah.
And also, since like this is an open world thing, so the instances are bigger. They have to deal with not only the people fighting there, but like all the things going around in the rest of the instance.
Yeah, the random mobs, the security things, and
and this AoE capping, it's targeted more to the instance stuff, dungeons, raids, and that kind of stuff. And,
fair enough. I wonder if he, anyways, is gonna help with the lag. Like you don't have to calculate that.
It probably will help a little bit.
Yeah. With big effects like the shower, the mage showers AoE thing is.
Yeah. It may help, but.
Anyways, so summing it up, we don't think it's that bad. We see what is the intention of it. Yeah. Now I don't think that is that. Now that I know, and I don't think that is that bad. I see Blizzard's intention, and we agree with it.
From a good place.
Yeah. And for our last topic of today is the Hellmith room the endgame Warframe deserves. So what is this coming from? So it's like I was reading the Reddit post, and it was like, so it should not be MR lock. It should show you the evolution of the room. And then it should open up like a flower, or like a disgusting mount in this case.
Those are meaningless things, but I guess the gist of this is the dynamic part. Sure, that's visual.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't care that much about that.
Yeah.
But it's how like.
Do we have talking about this? I don't remember, but do we have access to the operator room before the secondary? No. We have to do the quest to open the room.
You have to a second dream to open the room. Once you complete the second dream,
because we were like in the last discussion, we were agreeing that this should be on Telecom. This discussion, this should be like that. This should be behind quests, right?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, and I mean, the first thing that we should clarify is MR in Warframe means nothing. Like
the MR means nothing in this case. Like these guys, like why MR doesn't have anything to do with how much do you advance in the game.
MR means absolutely dog shit.
MR is just meaningful when you want to buy guns, and it's like I think the highest MR lock gun is like MR12, if I'm not wrong.
The highest gun is MR12, and the last MR that you need to unlock everything is 16 or 17 for some of the ribbons.
Fair enough.
But I think after that, there is no
more.
There is anything else locked behind MR.
Correct.
But you can be MR5, I think, is the lowest thing that you can be to complete all the quests.
Lol. All right.
Just because some of the first quests have MR restrictions.
Some of the first quests have MR restrictions. Yes, you're right. But I think that's MR5, and then the rest is just gravy. Then the rest is just like to unlock guns.
Yeah, you can be like super low MR, like MR5 or 7, and already have completed all the quests and unlock everything.
And unlock all the systems and that sort of stuff. So first of all, MR has nothing to do with it. In case you're reading the post. The original post, MR has nothing to do with it.
MR is just a number that shows how much stuff have you collected, basically.
Yeah, basically.
That's what like you see an MR 28, 29 now, and you say, okay, this guy has collected a lot of stuff.
Yes.
That's what MR means.
Yeah, correct. So they say that. So what do you bring the question of like, is the end game the Warframe deserves?
So first of all, do you think the whole extracting powers and moving powers around is a form of end game?
Let's see. If we think about on our definition of endgame, that is like a aspirational goal that you are like going to. Right? It doesn't feel like an endgame because it feels more like an experimental. Like it's more like a customizable system, like a customization system, more than something that you achieve. Because what is the achievement of the Hellmith? The achievement of the Hellmith is like extract all the powers from all the Warframes that exist.
I'm with you. I don't think this is and I don't think is thinking of this as an game. This is more of a tool.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly my point. It's like
it's a new toy. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not the boss to it.
No, because the Warframe endgame is fashion frame in one side, and the other is going through the quest and like getting all your toys. Like that's what if you want to put Warframe endgame in some, and then the ribbons, and then the ribbons, which was the big discussion. But like those are like the parts of the actual Warframe endgame. Like go through all the content. That is the first milestone for endgame. You went through all the content, see the quest and that sort of stuff, and then you enter the collective, the collection and customization endgame. Yeah. And then there's the ribbon part, which is the other part of the endgame. Like this is all part of like what you're doing when you're done with Warframe, quote unquote.
Yeah,
right?
when you finish the solar system,
Yeah.
and at that point, we assume that you have finished most of the quest.
Yes.
What is left to like that's the end of the game, and what is left to after that is okay. Yeah, now you go back and start collecting all the things that you don't
Correct.
have.
You open
Up
the
all the things that you
reputation
don't have.
stuff. You see the other story beats in the open worlds that needs reputation stuff.
Grind all
Yeah.
the things that you don't have, which is
Correct.
a lot of grind because there are grinds all over the place.
Yes. But that's fine. That's part of Warframe endgame.
It is part of the endgame, and it is just to collect the things. Like there are a lot of cosmetics for operators, focus to farm, amps to farm. There is plenty of things to collect. So that is in my head what the main
I like at the long run, like focus looks more like an endgame.
Yeah,
it is technically a finishable endgame because you can do all the focus stuff.
I mean, all endgame if they don't keep adding stuff.
Of course, yeah. You eventually can collect everything on Warframe as currently.
You can collect almost everything.
But Hellmith doesn't feel like that. Like
no, the Hellmith feels like a tool to play around with.
Yeah, it feels like more of like the new format, or it feels more like a customization tool. Yeah, it feels more like. Yeah, it feels more like if they added more slots in your Warframe to put stuff on it, or
it does.
But as an endgame, definitely not. Like it doesn't feel like
that's what I found is like some people mentioned the whole thing. I definitely don't think this is nor design, and it doesn't have any scent of endgame thingy.
Yeah.
You know what
definitely
I mean?
not. Definitely not. Like not. It's a great system. A great system. Very interesting system.
It is super interesting, but
But as and it's gonna open a lot of more experimentation, which we can argue that can add to the endgame system. With
it could absolutely. I don't disagree.
Some crazy person wants to have every version of Excalibur with every swappable. I don't know. Right? But it feels more like like the format system. Like it feels more towards that kind of design. Like you give more power, more customizations to frames. It feels more like the augment systems, even, right? Where you fundamentally changing a part of the kit of the frame. Right? If I wanna draw a parallel, it feels more like the augment systems when you modify.
Absolutely, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
And with that in mind, I just like, oh, will they change the augment systems with the new Hellmith system?
They don't change it. It's just, again, they said this, and I mentioned this to you before. If you put an ability in a frame that has an augment, you are gonna be able to keep that augment.
No. I mean, if there is an ability, so yes, you can like put the augment of that ability.
That's not changing anything. Like
so, if that frame, whatever it is, has that ability, and there is an augment related to that ability, you can put it in that frame, because a lot of augments have the frame name. They
have the frame name, but they are tied to
the ability.
Oh, Steve said that.
Oh, fair enough. Oh yeah, now that makes sense. All right. Yeah. So in that case, yeah, it's just like the augment systems. It's just like it gives you more possibility of what can you do with your base frame, as the format does, because with the format, what you're doing is like stretching the limits of the frame, or narrowing the exact thing that you want to do with the frame. So it just gives you more tools to customizing how you go about inking stuff in Warframe, which is always great. We already have like so many options. How many frames do we have?
We don't have like 40 something unique.
40 something, 46 unique frames. Like it just giving you more options where you are
absolutely.
And absolutely love this of Warframe, because they're always looking to make you feel unique, not only in the fashion statement that you do with your friends, but in the way that you absolutely play and defines how you play, right? Yeah. Of course, there's always going to be like meta stuff. Of course, there's always going to be like build stuff because you don't want to think sometimes. You just want to kill stuff. But Warframe assures you that you're going to play in a unique way, and this system is making it more so, right?
Absolutely. No, I completely agree with that.
Yeah. So, and I don't think is a thing about endgame or anything else, because endgame is like something different. This is a tool of customization as the augment system is, as the format system is, as the, what is the other one? The ones that come from the Elidons.
Arcanes?
As the arcane system is, right?
Yep.
As the operator 3 is.
Yeah. it is a tool more in the world too.
Yeah.
It's a thing to play around.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole endgame thing, nonsense to me, but
yeah, the whole endgame thing is not what this is. Like the endgame thing is by our own definition is an activity. It's a thing that you do. It's something that you achieve towards. And yeah, it could be like the argument could be like, yeah, I just want to collect every single power in the Hellmith system, but you can collect every single mod or every single argument in those systems, and that strictly doesn't cut as a pure endgame system.
Warframe, you can collect everything. I think the only thing that you cannot get is
love.
Excalibur Prime. And
Sorry, what?
Excalibur Prime and the
because that's exclusive for the
founder stuff.
Yeah.
Which aside from that, you can get it. You can get everything else.
Yeah.
You could 100% the game, like
correct. If you actually want to, and you have so much time in your hands.
Yeah, like some things are gonna take a lot of time to get. Like there are some really, really rare mods.
Yeah, that you have to farm for it. But it's the same as I see like Asmongold farming for years for like transmogs in WoW, right?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely the same.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, no, there are also like some cosmetics in Warframe
that you can no longer get
only with seasonal events.
And there's some seasonal events that they're never coming back.
I'm thinking about the Nightwave. The things that have been exclusive for the Nightwave, they have come back in the intermissions.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, but those could take like a lot of waiting time to get your hands onto.
Fair enough.
And I think you can. There may be things that came before our time in the game that I'm not aware of.
Yeah, that maybe you can no longer get in Warframe. But this is just a tool. It's not an end game. The interesting part of this expansion that is adding to Warframe is the new open world, which will be part of the end game. That will be part of the end game, and the quest lines that brings with it, and all the systems and the new reputations, and that is absolutely part of the end game of Warframe, and it's going to be part of the end game. I think that's the thing, right? Anything else about this?
I don't think so.
Yeah. It's a very cool system. We'll check it out in 2 weeks now.
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, in 2 weeks we'll be checking it out. Which is super exciting. All right, now that is our deep dive. We move to our audience questions and feedback. Don't forget that if you wanna ask us something, even like not anything, but if you want to ask us something, we will try to answer it here on the podcast. Your burning questions, you can write us down to our emails. You can write it down to any social media accounts that you see down below in the descriptions, or that we mention in our social medias when we are advertising the podcast. Email, comment section if you are on YouTube, listen to us. Comment section in some podcast stuff has some comment sections.
Subscribes,
yeah, all that stuff. And you can write us down to our personal Twitters too. You can pass by my stream and ask your questions there. So
raise your hand.
Raise your hand, yeah. and we'll tell you that dude in the back, yeah, with the weird penguin hat. Yeah, ask your question and we will answer it. So our first question is, if you will make a frame in Warframe, what thematic will you choose?
Oh, that's a hard question.
Yeah, I know.
There's so many Warframes already. Voodoo, like Witch Doctor Voodoo.
Witch Doctor Voodoo. Oh my God! All right. Let's run it down. What is your one?
Oh. Like a curse, like something, a curse that will deal off enemies.
All right, a dot curse. All right. What is your two?
I want to say something like a fear.
Okay. All right. Cool. A CC kind of fear, like you scare people with your voodoo. What is your three?
I need some mobility now.
It's some mobility now, yeah.
How to team? I will summon Swampy Frog and I will leap away from everything.
All right. And what is your ult?
I will summon a huge voodoo doll. Like you'll target an enemy and it will summon a voodoo doll, and you can damage the.
Kind of like the golems in Atlas, something similar to that.
Kind of, but it's like a friendly enemy. Like it's an NPC that you can damage.
Oh, all right, yeah.
And then you transfer the damage to the actual,
like an actual
targeted enemy.
Yeah.
You know, like just stab the bull.
All right, and then the name will be Lucho One's Witch Doctor in Warframe. All right. For me, I will take the thematic of animal transformation. So actual animals transformation, right? I know that animals don't exist.
Like a druid or?
Yeah, like a druid. Exactly like a druid. Okay. Yeah. Like I know that animals don't exist in Warframe, technically speaking. There's like some animals, but they're weird. So I will be like the one will be like a bear claws, and then you will spawn big bear claws, and then the two will be like eagle wings, and then you go in top of the enemies and you can shoot from above, and then the three will be like a wolf speed, and you can like run and leap around, and the ulti will be like a super animal form, like you will transform into a big frame, like actually like 2 or 3 frames put together with like long claws and your wings kind of like flowing out, like all the animals combined that you were used. I will do that, and I will call it Manimal.
As per the name. Interesting idea.
Yeah. Yeah. That I would like that. I would like that. Yeah.
You have to make the animals more Warframe.
Yes, yeah, we will have to check, like probably from the Kuros and the Kabats and
Kuros,
pull it from the actual animals.
Maybe some of the things that you capture in conservation.
Yeah.
Like the armadillo kind of thing is that you capture, and the.
Yeah, you will for sure have to check the actual animals in Warframe and pull from that. I was doing like a quick example with real life animals, but yeah, because I haven't seen a frame that grows in size. I have because they always like either expand, like because I was thinking in what is his name in Nidus, and he kinds of opens, right?
I think the growing part it's probably like a rigging problem with the.
Absolutely, yeah. I mentioned that it's a absolutely rigging problem, but you can put it like. You can put it like a transparent overlay. If that is the problem for the rigging of the thing?
Like more of a ghostly operation.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. If that's the problem, then the solution will be put in.
I think that will be the most adequate solution.
Yeah,
it's probably Warframe is rigidly coded to
the size of the
that they have.
Yeah. Because if you think through everything that the Warframe does. They always keep like almost even with like the effigy in Chroma, the dude that you get is still the same size of the frame. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, so there's probably some like rigging constrictions on Warframe.
Yeah. But you can put it
like a ghostly apparition with like all the void tentacle thingies. Could be interesting.
Yeah. But I've never seen like a frame that grows or has like a big size around him. Anyways, now that I can remember, like the closest thing is the Nidus that he opens up, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool ideas. Yeah.
Cool idea. Yep.
And the next question is, how smart is to hire people from your game community?
It depends.
It depends on
if they're qualified to a job that you're hiring them for.
Yeah, because we hear is like, I think this question comes that we hear a lot of like Warframe community people being hired for jobs that they do inside, like even in a.
I think, okay, just to be clear, most of those are artists, and they already have like a track record of.
They have the portfolio,
artists, and then they have a portfolio, and then usually they like hire them to a specific, not like before hiring them, they contract them to like a specific commissions. They commission them specific things. They see how it works, and if everything goes well, and if they have the space, then they do hire them as like in-house artists.
Yeah, in the case of like community managers, because Rebecca was a hire from the community and.
No, Rebecca was an intern.
Sorry, Megan, I think, was a hire of the community.
No, she came from the same university as Rebecca. She was just.
There wasn't like one of her of the community leaders that was a hire.
I'm not saying that that's not the case. I'm pretty sure. Nor Rebecca nor Megan were like huge vocal parts of the community, and Rebecca for sure came before Warframe was a thing.
Yeah. I think our advice here is like treat it as any hiring.
Of course. But they are part of the community of the game. That's a different thing. But like, if they're qualified to a job that you're hiring them for, go for it.
Yeah, that's an advantage as well.
I think in my mind the most famous example of that is actually Ion as a Costas.
Ion as a Costas?
Yeah.
How so? He was like
he was a huge, prominent rating, hardcore rating WoW player.
Yes, I remember this. Yeah, I remember the story. Yeah.
Like super prominent in the community. Like,
yeah.
I think he was the guy that showed that you cannot beat one of the all god bosses in one of the Anchorage raids.
Yeah.
You cannot defeat it mathematically. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? What are you talking about?
What's the name of the boss? I forgot. One of the all gods.
Okay. Well, the final boss. You cannot defeat it mathematically.
At the time when it came out.
When it came out. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. When it came out, like there were people like struggling to kill it.
Yeah. Like
for like they couldn't kill it. They couldn't get it done. And Ion was one of the people who came with one of the explanations why mathematically, if you had all the best gear available to you, you couldn't.
In that point, you could not kill it. Wow, super interesting. Wow.
Like for as much, I feel like people forget that like people give him a lot of shit for like him being the game director. Like he has a lot of flack for stuff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I feel like people forget that he was like one of the biggest, most hardcore raiders in the game
all the time. So yeah. Be like, not only like, it's an advantage, of course, that your hiring loves the game and is involved in the community, but please treat it as professionally hiring as everything else in the thing. Yes, it's an advantage because, again, he already demonstrated he's passionate about the job, but still be careful, I guess. That'll be our advice, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, but he's one of the ones that comes to mind as
one of the most prominent hirings from the community. It kind of works. Legion was a great expansion.
Again, in a game of the size of World of Warcraft, you cannot blame the game director.
Yeah, of course not. There's so many like the decisions. So many
parts.
Yeah.
Fall into place for an expansion.
He's the face. He's the face that's going to receive the punches, but still, he doesn't take every single decision that there is.
No, he is a trooper, and he gives general direction for the game for sure, and he has to make a lot of tough decisions. But there are a lot of people involved in
making what it is. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's our advice too. Like, take it as seriously as possible. Like, I know it's an advantage and it's tempting, but please be thoughtful with your hires.
Yeah,
be careful with it. All right, and I think that's it.
That's all for this week's episode. Once again, thanks for tuning into a Sweaty the Farmer and the Game Design. My name is Lucho, and you can find me on Twitter at @LuzGPolanco.
And I am the Lone Name Gamer. You can find me on Twitter at the Lone Name Gamer, and on Twitch on twitch.tv/LoneNameGamerTV, where I stream Mondays to Fridays. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, click the notification bell if you're watching us on YouTube. Tell your dog or your pet or whatever you have by your side that you're listening to this wonderful podcast. Share it in your social media accounts. Put it on Instagram. Put it on Twitter. Put it on whatever you want to put it. You can print it and paste it on your wall if you want it. As always, an option. But please support us and tell everybody that you are listening to this so we can keep doing it for you. And we love you. And thank you for the support that you already shown. And thank you for keeping on supporting us. So this was the Sweaty the Farmer and the Game Design. See you next time. Bye. You know, as one legend has it, among the rolling hills of ancient Africa, sometimes around 8000 BC, a dusty traveler was making gastronomic history quite by accident. Thirsty from a long, hot journey, the weary herdsman reached for the sheepskin bag of milk knotted on the back of his pack animal. But as he tilted his head to pour the warm liquid into his mouth, he was astonished to find that the sheep milk has curdled. The rough terrain and costly jugging of the milk had transformed it into butter! And bewilderingly, it tasted heavenly. And all was good. And humanity was safe. No?
Yep.
Butter is the best.
It's really good, sadly. And the churning process separates the butter fat, the solids, from the buttermilk, the liquid. The butter we most often buy is made from cow's milk, although other varieties made from milk of sheep, goat, jack, or buffalo are also available.
So, have you tasted any other butters? Because so far as I know, I have had goat's butter. How is it?
Yeah, gamey.
Gamey? What do you mean gamey?
Yeah.
Grainy?
No, like gamey. Like you know how goat meat has like a stronger, bitter flavor, like a gamey flavor.
Yes.
That same kind of It has a little bit of that.
In the butter. In the butter. Yeah. So is it better or worse or like?
It's good. It's just stronger.
It's just different, stronger butter.